How you doing, Sam?
Good. How you doing, Mr. Keon?
I'm good, man. What'd you do today?
So I just got off work for about 15 minutes ago and headed up to Charleston to come see you. Uh,
Oh, so you live in West Virginia.
yes, sir, I do.
Oh, nice to meet you, Sam. My name is Keon, and I'm your financial advisor. I work for a business firm that's like a branch of Fifth Third. I'm a financial planner there, and I've been doing this for a good, say, about 20 years, and I really like it. I really enjoy it. But no, man, today is not about me, man. What can you tell me something about your background and where you're from and all that good stuff?
Yeah, sure. So I hinted a little bit ago. I'm from Cross Lanes, West Virginia. It's about 15, 20 minutes from your firm in Charleston. I am 35 years old. Uh, I am married. I have four kids. My oldest one is 18, and then I have one that's another son that's 16, another son that's 10, and
Oh,
then a daughter, and then I got one daughter who is 6. So all of them are in school right now. So it's a busy load going back and forth between taking them to the different sporting events, and luckily my wife is a stay-at-home mom though, so that helps. But yeah,
oh, that's nice to hear. I have four kids of my own, man, and whew, they're a handful to deal with, man.
that they definitely are.
But I heard that your wife's a stay-at-home wife. Can you talk to me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so yeah, my wife actually went to college, but she decided that she would rather just stay home and um raise the kids, which of course, that's makes it a little harder financially since we don't have dual income. But she just preferred that she would stay home and work. And I have a decent job. I mean, I don't make a killing, but I make enough to support all of us. So I just said, if that's what you want to do, it's fine. I'm fine with her staying home raising the kids. Um, so yeah, that's a little bit about what's going on. It is, I will say, it is a little tight trying to deal with um, the financial aspect of it. Two of my kids are actually um, in private school. The other two are being homeschooled. My other two kids, they're just about to hit junior high. So once they hit junior high, they're going to also be going into private schools. So that's obviously a big expense. So I have a lot of expenses. So I will say I probably do need a little help prioritizing my money, maybe setting up a more hefty budget plan.
Okay, so may I ask you what are you working? Like, what's your profession?
So I am a physician assistant.
Mm,
So I work in the Taze Valley area. So um, yeah, that's what I do. I mean, like I said, I make decent money. I will say that I do. My work schedule is a little weird. I work shifts, so I may work like one day, like literally on call 24 hours. So I'm at the hospital a lot. Um, and then I do have Mondays and Fridays off. So I guess that's one pro of my job.
okay.
But yeah.
So how are you feeling? I mean, financially wise, I know that what I've heard that you think money is getting tight because you're the only one with the income, and
Yeah.
I'm hearing like it might be like some other days because it's just depending on your job and like that day. So have you ever suggested like picking up another job, to help, you know, bring in that second income that your wife is not, providing?
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, laying in bed at night, fretting about finances. I have thought about it, and I struggle with um, contemplating between, is it worth getting that extra job and hustling, or should I stay at home with my family? I'm torn between that. I definitely don't want to act like a bum and just stay home, but but uh, my wife loves when I'm home, and I do too. But I do think I need to provide for my family. So I've contemplated, honestly, this is in the summertime, but picking up a lawn care business, maybe part time, something like that, just to make some cash on the side. Uh, but I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. Specifically, just I have 2 days off, so I don't know what I could do. I just don't know what I could do.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Have you? So you said you wanted to spend like you've been starting. You trying to get a budget like in a spending plan. Have you ever worked towards that with somebody else, or am I your first person you're going to with that?
So I tried one. It was a buddy of mine. He was a recent college graduate. He was like, "Oh yeah, let me take care of your finances," and I kind of got just a bad taste with that. Um, so other than that, I haven't really ever dabbled with it. I haven't put too much thought into it. So yeah, I was coming to you to see, you know, what's the best. I don't want to get worn out on it. Like I don't want to put too much time into it. I mean, is it possible? Is there like maybe an app? I mean, what do you use to budget? Do you use a spending plan or?
So I've had some of your problems, your issues that you're facing now with not having a lot of people with an income. Actually, I was the one that was the stay-at-home mom. The man still, but I was a stay-at-home mom. And my wife was dealing with the same thing you're dealing with. So I mean, honestly, everybody's different. I don't want to, tell you could, what I mean, because you already had like a little bad patch over your spending plan. So for me, we're just going to work towards that because I don't want to tell you mine because you already had a bad start. So uh, I would rather just have you, ask and learn about that experience and why you got like a bad patch with that because, I find that budget plan really good when we use it. So I would just have little questions like, why was it bad? You know?
So, it was kind of like he was just a buddy of mine. Um, I knew him growing up, and he just recently graduated from college. He got a late start, and he was just thought he knew it. So I was like, sure, go ahead. And he just kind of wore me out with it. And plus, it was my fault too. I think at that time I just didn't really want to change my spending. So I mean, I don't blame him really. It's probably more my fault looking back on it. But right now, I've realized that I really need help, and I think that getting some a professional opinion such as yours could really help me. You know, get that extra money. Budget, save for retirement. Um, Also, maybe put my kids through school. I don't really want to pay all their school as far as like college, but I would like to, give them a little start. You know,
Okay. Okay. So what I'm gathering is that experience was because, you both was not ready for, to dive in truly into that. And secondly, you want your kids to have a great education. Is as you and you so I heard that you and your wife has a great education like herself. So that's something you guys really, take pride in as a family. So um you also put your kids to private school. So I know that's the big thing. Do you have like a college in mind you would want to put them through?
So my thought is what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm not going to pay all their college. So I want to start just, start putting some money away. And ideally, I would like them to go to maybe in state just because I know it's cheaper, but it's their decision as far as they get that money and that's what they get. So, um, it's not, I don't really have a specific college in mind. It's kind of, at the end of the day, it's their decision, but, um, yeah, so that's what it is as of right now.
Okay.
And my oldest one, he's the problem. I think he might be a little too late because he is, like I said, he's 18 and he's getting ready. He's a senior in high school, so I'm not really sure what I should do with him. He might be on his own, but uh,
No, we
yeah,
don't want that.
yeah.
No, I like that. I think the state is very smart right now, especially to your situation right now. You are the only one providing for your family, financial wise. Your wife is helping you, but not financially. So I like that. I like the in state. That's very smart. Um, Now your 18-year-old, you were saying he might be on his own and like He's a little old. He's a little late to the party, but do you know exactly what he want to do before we get into that?
Wait, sorry, did you say what I want to do or what he wants to do?
The 18-year-old, the oldest. You said
Um,
you don't know what's going on with him. Can you elaborate more on that?
yeah, so he's expressed interest in going to school. Um, and you know why I encourage, I think college is a great thing. There is many opportunities outside of college. He's also thought about um being going to trade school, being like a lineman, like work for the power company, or he does like to work with his hands, so like the construction business, something like that. But I mean, and I don't care really where my kids, what they end up doing in life. I just want them to be able to work hard and provide for their family, and so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And the reason I'm saying I don't know really what to do is because, like I said, I am struggling with. I'm on a tight budget. I mean, I don't really have a budget, but I don't have a lot of extra cash laying over. So partially where I came to you is to obviously establish a spending plan to maybe free up some money. Um, and then I don't know if you have any ideas what I should do regarding the older one. Um, I'm just kind of at a loss right now. Do you deal with many clients that try to budget for their kids to go to school, or do they normally just tell them to get a loan? You know what I mean?
No, this situation comes across a lot from clients. It's really like it depends on the situation and like the family's income and like what's going on. But of course, a lot of parents are like you and your wife. They want the best for their children, which is education. Education is the new wave. So, I totally believe in that. But I also think there's two sides of it, and the financially side and what your kid wants is very important. But finance is a big deal in a lot of our living situations and a lot of our future situations. So, no, man, you came to the right place, man. I'm here for you. So, we're going to get to it. This is our first meeting, but we're going to get to it.
Yeah, I've heard many great things about you, and you're definitely. I've heard one really positive thing is you're not like a super pushy person as far as you're very understanding, and you have a lot of experience. So I'm not a pushy person either, so I should be easy to get along with. Um, yeah, so I'm excited to start. Uh, One thing that I just now thought of that maybe get your opinion on is, do you think um, would it be smart to maybe downsize in the house aspect and maybe put that money towards my kids' tuition?
So, you mean downsize, like getting a smaller house?
Yeah, like currently I live in a 3,400 square feet home,
Mhm.
and just maybe downsize a little bit, buy a cheaper house, take that money and put it towards my kids' tuition. I don't know. I just I don't know.
No, I don't think I think that's very smart, especially, your situation. But truly, I would talk to your wife. That's
Yeah,
you need. She's at home a lot. You know what I mean? You got to please your wife.
yeah.
Um, Besides that, financially wise, I think that's very smart and a good way to start, your budget and your plan because you got a lot of kids and a lot of bills to pay. So, man, I think that's very smart. One thing I would suggest though, I mean, it's just a suggestion. This is our beginning. Um, Looking towards public schools, with some of
Yeah.
the kids right now. And I don't mean to offend you in any way. I think what you're
Oh
doing,
no.
is good and you want the best for them, but sometimes you got to do the best for you and your family, and that might have your kid might have to sacrifice in that sense.
Mm.
There's not to say that public school might be the best thing for them. So I think that's a good solution to talk about. What do you think about that?
No, and honestly, that brings up a really good point. I'm glad you brought that to my attention because honestly, I mean, that would free up a lot of income, and that would maybe really honestly pay for a lot of go towards their college education, which I think is probably one of the more important things. So, and there's some really good public schools in my area that offer a lot of good academic programs, some really good sports teams. So, Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll probably go home and I'll talk to my wife about it, and I think that's honestly that might be a really big solution to my problem, honestly.
Yeah, I think so, man. And like I said, do not make. I would not advise you to make any decisions without your wife knowing. You guys are a team. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want her to feel like she's left alone in any decision. So anything we talk about, you can always come home and elaborate with that with your wife. So yes. Um, So can we get into the spending plan and your goals and thoughts? May I ask you a couple questions about that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, so could you tell me your monthly goal and your yearly goal about your spending plan? Like what numbers are you willing to hit and what are you willing to scale back on, for hitting that number to hit that number?
Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, I feel comfortable with you. So right now, what I bring home a month is like after tax, I'm netting probably uh 10,000 or so. Well, after tax, probably about 8,000 a month. Um, and so then I also have a mortgage payment, which that's 1,500 a month. I have two car payments. Then of course I have as of right now the private school tuition, which is I think we pay that every 6 months, so two payments a year, um, and really just and then after insurance, home insurance, auto insurance, I just feel like I'm left with not a whole lot. I don't have a lot of extra money to put forth into retirement or things like that. So that's why I just really feel like I need to get that spending plan.
Does your wife know about, your spending plan and wanting to
Yeah,
you might have to does she know that we might have to make some changes to that in order for your family to succeed in the future?
and yeah, and to be surprising, she's actually not the stereotype of the spender. She's really been on me to stop spending. I have a problem with spending money. She was actually the one that kind of brought it to my attention of I really need to, get some help. And at when she brought it to my attention again, I felt like, it was really time. So I'm really open to change now. I think it'll really help our relationship if I can get, the finances under control because it's really my fault. She doesn't really spend that much. It's really all on me. So
Okay, so from what I'm hearing and what I'm observing, your two problems right now, or your main two problems, there's always more problems to have, but main two one are you're not bringing you feel like you need to bring in more income or your income is very tight with your family, spending and life, lifestyle. And secondly, now you're suffering with spending problems, compulsive buying or something like that. Man, this is I think we can do this, man. We honestly can. I am not here to push you. I am not going to push you in any direction that you do not want to go or your family. I am a family man too, so I understand, the wife situation because
oh yeah.
yeah, I understand that. So um I honestly think we can do this. We just gotta take baby steps. There's no way we could change overnight. We got to go through some trial and error, but we got this, man. We got this. Um, do you may I ask a little bit more about your family? Is that
Yeah, yeah. You go ahead. Go right ahead.
so? You were talking about your wife and how she's looking at our expense, your expenses, not ours. I'm not part of your life yet.
Oh, it's okay.
She's looking at you guys' expenses and she's saying like you're spending a lot. So she knows a little bit about the finances and stuff, does she?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm very open with our finances. I don't try to hide anything from my wife. Um, she has access to my bank account. She sees the monthly bills. We're very open in that standpoint from that aspect. Um, and where there's no secrets really. We talk about everything to do with finances. And honestly, if it's okay with you, I mean, maybe in the next couple meetings, would it be okay if I brought her with me and she could, meet you and we could maybe talk more about that?
Oh yes, that's totally fine. I am so glad that you are like this because a lot of clients that they really hide their expenses, to their significant other. So it's glad to know that I'll be working with somebody that's honest and that's that believes in working together and a coupleship. And I can't wait to join that coupleship with you guys. And yeah, man, this is a great start, man. I love to hear your story. I love to know you, get to know you. Hopefully, I get to know you more and her because she sounds like she's amazing. Hopefully, I can beat the kids too. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
this
Maybe
is
after this COVID stuff is over, we could have you over for dinner or something.
yeah, man. I'll be honored, man. I'm gonna have to bring my kids too. So have a big old family reunion. But no,
Yeah.
this was fun, man. It was great to know you, Sam. And I mean, hopefully we get to work towards, our two main problems right now. Hopefully we get to do that. But it was nice meeting you, Sam. I hope you have an amazing, great rest of your day. If you need me at all, please contact me. Email, phone, it doesn't matter. I'm here for you, man.
Thank you, Mr. Keon. And I will be sure to keep in contact with you. And I'll be sure right after this meeting to set up maybe our next meeting in a couple of weeks.
Oh yes, I am available when you are, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.